I've been here. I took pictures here.
Hey everyone, I'm Paul, aka Pabro.
I've actually been here. I met Proxon.
Welcome to Season 1 of 2026.
We're back to talk more about some of the things we have coming this season, as well as a little bit about some plans later in 2026 and beyond.
First though, let's quickly recap what you can expect when you log in tomorrow.
Bunch of losses. Woo!
Whether you're playing ranked, norms, or swift play, you're in for some changes.
Yep.
Right off the bat, in those queues, you'll be hitting your first minions faster as we increase speeds and champ select and the first
this change is awesome though.
Spawns. We also adjusted some gameplay systems like Phalites for expanded temporary warding zones, 9 new and returning items, and a new demolish-like mechanic on towers called Crystalline Overgrowth.
Rust.
We've streamlined some objectives as well, removing Artican and his Blood Roses, as well as feats of strength. And we've made the remaining epic objectives,
Bye-bye, Artican,
a bit stronger. Finally, we're also adding a unique role quest to top, mid, and bot lane, similar to the jungle and support quests, which are also getting some upgrades. Each lane will progress on those quests by killing minions, taking towers, killing enemies, or helping take down neutral objectives. And then once complete, these quests will grant rewards based off your position. That means an increased level cap and free teleport spell for top laners.
Yeah, level 20 ribbon last game.
Recall for mid.
Oh,
or more gold
fun.
and a 7th item slot for bot.
There's a lot more in store, including a whole bunch of additional changes for Swift Play. If you want a refresher, check out the dev blogs from December that are linked in the description. All right, moving on. Let's talk a bit about what you can expect going into Season 1. As
What
we
can
shared
we
in December,
expect?
this year we wanted to kick things off with unity, justice, and righteousness. And that means Demacia. But even more importantly, that means it's Shyvana time, y'all.
As most of you probably
let's
saw
go.
in yesterday's cinematic, she's looking pretty nifty with a new
She
design.
looks so cool,
and after
man.
years of waiting, she's finally getting her update.
I mean, a dragon lady, like a fire dragon lady, is always a cool concept, you know? It's just in every mythology, it's just always very cool. So, like, visually, she feels very right here.
Now, aside from updated visuals for her base human and dragon forms, and of course all her skins, she's got a sort of a Dr. Mundo or Volibear level gameplay rework. At a high level, her abilities remain pretty similar, but her finer kit details and gameplay feel are meaningfully updated.
We really wanted to focus on connecting her two forms better throughout her kit. One of the clearest connections for that is her ult. Shyvana still gains fury when using abilities and taking down champions, cannons, and monsters. When she has enough fury, she can cast her ult to transform into an actual dragon this time and breathe down fire on everyone in her
that's so
path.
cool. It's basically the same ult when you think about it. It's like dash forward and burn, but like
this time.
it's just so cool. I don't know if it CCs though anymore, but that's just such a cool transform.
In her path.
Another part of her kit that's pretty similar to now is her passive. Shyvana will gain defensive stats and max fury for taking down champions, cannons, and neutral monsters. Build-wise, we wanted to preserve her ability to be played both as a bruiser or as a mage. That said though, in terms of a core champion theme, we want her bruiser build to be the primary choice. It's the most natural feeling one for most games.
Okay.
So we're going to be prioritizing that a bit over being a poke mage.
No.
We want to save the rest of her kit for her full reveal in Act 2.
You
and
bastards.
we can't wait to see what you all think when you get your hands or claws on her in a few patches. Summoner's Rift has a Demacia-themed reskin with Petricite towers, gold-winged accents, and a few Easter eggs. There will also be a handful of motion comics throughout the season that will follow up on some of the moments from the season start cinematic.
Outside of that, we also have a metagame that will be live tomorrow called Demacia Rising. We're trying something different this time with a metagame that evolves over the course of the season, with updates coming out at regular intervals.
What?
In Demacia
What is
Rising,
this?
you'll experience the rise of the Kingdom of Demacia through the eyes of a young Lux, as she gets lessons in history, politics, and military strategy from her aunt, Tiana Crownguard.
We're not playing League
They'll
today,
help take
guys. We're
Demacia
playing
from
this.
its humble beginnings as a single small settlement to a beautiful, shiny nation. In Demacia Rising, you'll collect resources, unlock research, and recruit champions to grow your kingdom, all while fighting off invaders and suppressing threats from within.
Now, we took a lot of learnings from previous metagames, and we wanted to make sure you could play the way you wanted to, rather than needing to, say, dedicate 15 to 30 minutes at a time when engaging with a metagame like this. This time, you can spend as much or as little time as you want building and managing your cities, and you'll be able to complete fights through auto-battling. Now, if you choose to spend more time playing though, you'll be rewarded with some bonus Battle Pass XP.
And finally, outside of Demacia-related things coming this season, we also want
that little fucking metagame that just farms playtime is gonna increase their client usage like twofold, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's just such a good way to make people stick to the client. And the more you're in client, the more you're online, the higher chance you get invited into a game by your friends. Hey, let's play ARAM Mayhem. Hey, you want to play TFT? Hey, hop on, let's do some duo queue, you know? Logging in and managing like a city like that, like fighting, auto battling, like playing like Travian sort of stuff. Like, they're just farming. They're Bitcoin mining on the client straight up.
Take a moment to discuss
Insane.
ARAM Mayhem. It's been an incredibly popular mode since it came
Actually
out last year.
insane farm.
Tons of you have been playing it, and you've been telling us a lot about how much fun you're having with all the wacky augments. So it's going to be sticking around for a while longer.
We're also working on a larger update to ARAM Mayhem that will come out in patch 26.3. We'll share a bit more about that though when we get closer to the time.
Cool.
Outside of thematic changes,
We kinda
have
like
another change
Mayhem.
that we're trialing in some regions starting tomorrow. Last year we were working on really addressing game running behavior, things like inting and griefing. And we have some other improvements to cut down on dodging and lobby trolling. Like removing the ability to ban your ally's hovered champion or making it so that autofill persists through dodges.
There's another body of work that pairs with those two efforts. Lobby hostage intervention. Right now, there isn't a good way for us to take immediate action on bad actors who hold lobbies hostage by threatening to run it down or just to play something that doesn't work. Either you or
It's always so fucking confusing when you hear like people threatening to run it down. It's just the weirdest thing in the universe. I will play as bad as possible and ruin the game. It's like, really? That's the threat?
Someone else is forced to dodge, or you have to play the game out, which means more often...
Yeah, I really hate that language of forced to dodge. I really hate that language because it's actually conceding to the troll, but...
than not, it ends in a loss.
I guess that Riot doesn't understand how they fed the same exact problems that they're trying to now eliminate in a bit of a more hard-coded way. It's an inelegant solution, and there's some risk attached to it, but we've already read about it. And also, we had confirmation from Drew Levin that you will not be able to just vote kick, use it as a vote kick, essentially. Unless the system detects that you're actually trying to lobby hostage. By like going ghost cleanse or like typing, I will run this game down, does somebody have -5, you know, and you hovering nonsense. The system will not vote kick you and terminate the lobby, even if 4 people report you in the lobby. So, yeah, that's somewhat reassuring.
And while the perpetrator gets punished and you get some LP refunded, your time isn't.
So, starting tomorrow, in some regions, you'll be able to terminate lobbies that are held hostage by bad actors. We've been running some tests on live servers for some time now, using your lobby reports to refine the system, and we have high confidence in our day 1 accuracy. We're not going to explain exactly how this works, because we don't want
then it's
said bad
cheesable,
actors to try and find ways around the system. But we are going to look at a variety of triggers, things like text intention. If somebody says, I'm going to run it down, we're actually going to trust them on that one. Or if they're doing something like taking ghost cleanse on a champion lane they never play, same deal.
If the lobby is terminated, you'll be returned to the queue, similar to how it works now when someone dodges. If you enjoy playing viable...
There will be at least 1 or 2 false positives. It's gonna be very funny when it fucking happens. When you get to pick like a champ that you don't really pick often, and then you have to change your summoners because they have a bunch of CC, and you pick that cleanse. It's gonna be funny when it happens.
Off-meta picks, don't need to worry about it. We still want experimentation to thrive in League, so we'll be closely monitoring how the system works with manual reviews. We'll be rolling out these changes to all regions slowly to ensure that it remains high accuracy.
Okay, and with all that said, we're now going to hand things over to Riot Hylia and 100 Piece Nuggets, and they'll talk a bit about some of the skins we have coming out this season.
100 nuggets? That's cute.
Hi everyone, I'm A Million Piece Nuggets.
And I'm Riot Hylia. New year, same us. We're back to talk to y'all about skins, art, and who's gonna be hitting the Rift in Season 1.
As Pabro and Meddler said in December, we're going to have a mix of Demacian and non-Demacian skins to liven things up this season.
So, for both our grab bag skins and our larger lineups, we're reviving some beloved thematics as well as doing some totally new ones.
Starting off strong, next patch we'll have skins for all our fellow anime lovers. First up, we have Battle Academia, Briar and Samira, alongside our new stylized take on mecha anime with a skin for Ornn and a new legendary skin for Galio.
I am so excited
Oh,
for
of
Aegis
course.
Galio. The team's done an amazing job, and he is looking
Optimus
so cool.
Prime
So
Galio.
I can't wait. Oh, and of course, we'll also be celebrating Lunar Rebel this year. When we were deciding what skins to make, we had a few different ideas. We could bring back something that we haven't done in a while, or we could try something new entirely.
Somebody says
And
in chat,
honestly,
Temu
we
Ryan
couldn't decide,
Reynolds.
So,
Why not both?
yep.
Firecracker will be returning this year, bringing a fun, celebratory, and upbeat style to the holiday, with lots of,
Chat, you can use your Optimus Prime for absolutely free to subscribe, by the way.
well,
Just saying.
Firecrackers. And then we'll have a new thematic that we're calling Petals of Spring that we made in collaboration with Wild Rift. Petals of Spring was inspired by the beautiful elegance of plum blossoms against snowy fields. We really wanted something that could herald the new season of spring with that high beauty, just to make sure we had some tonal contrast from the fun of Firecracker.
but if you're
Okay.
looking for something a little goofier, don't worry. We have some pretty unhinged ideas for April Fools this year.
We certainly do. Like last year, we aren't going with a single overarching theme for April Fools, and instead, we're making skins
That's
based
better.
on
That's
what
way
works
better.
well for each
You
champion.
can get more
And we
creative.
were inspired by a pretty wide range of things, like balloon animals, pugs.
Yeah, the thing with these skins, when you do like a goofy skin like this, it's either the best skin of the champ or the worst skin of the champ immediately. And it's like, nobody ever uses anything else if it's good, or the skin never gets used. But it's pretty cool, you know? Biggest area, thank you for 40, man. Appreciate it. Let's go. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure this is just like a drawn concept. This is not animated. So the pug looks goofy here, very goofy, but they'll
Bonks.
polish it out.
Later in
Mikey
Act
C,
2, we'll
thank you
see a
for
darker
2.
side of
Welcome
Demacia
back.
with a new set of skins.
Thank you.
And we've also got a totally new thematic we're introducing for First Stand this year.
It's a brand new take on the established Road Warrior theme, where we're reimagining it in a supernaturally fueled, engine-powered fantasy with more edge, leather, chrome, and maybe a little bit of werewolves?
Just a little bit.
Just enough, yeah.
All right, outside of regular skin drops, we wanted to take a moment to discuss some lists. So first, prestige skins.
Prestige Mother Morgana will be out tomorrow. And then later this season, Sona and Mordekaiser will also be receiving prestige skins.
Outside of prestige skins, we also have a mythic
Okay.
variant for Aurelion Soul
Ooh.
coming next patch. And later this season, Master Yi will be getting one as well.
And finally, let's talk about Exalted skins.
Well,
Last year we mentioned that
no
Viego
way.
would be receiving one, and then that he was delayed. But now it's finally time. Next patch, Revenant Reign Viego will come to the Sanctum.
We worked with a ton of Viego mains to talk about what the ultimate Viego experience is, and it became pretty obvious.
I know what the experience is. It's just getting one fucking kill and clicking ult and then clicking literally every ability. And then boom, you wipe the enemies.
Killing your enemies and taking over their bodies.
Oh, and having a huge sword.
Right,
Yeah.
the sword.
Yeah,
Crazy.
iconic. Yeah.
So with that in mind, we narrowed in on a combination of those two things. So Revenant Reign Viego collects swords from his enemies, gaining power and unique visual effects for every class of enemy he possesses.
There are a ton of cool moments and features
that's
in the
kinda
skin
cool.
that we cannot wait for y'all to see. So keep your eyes peeled for the trailer that drops later today.
And finally,
That's
we
kinda
wanted to let
cool.
you know that the
You know?
Victoria skin this season will be
All Viego main hatred aside, and they're all fucking inflated pieces of shit, but this is really cool.
everyone's favorite mustachioed muscle man, Braum. As a reminder, you can get the skin at any rank as long as you play enough games.
All right, well, that's it for us. We'll hand things over to the esports
Big.
team who've got some updates on their plans for the year.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye! Bye! It's a cup!
Hi everyone, I'm Waylon, head of international publishing and esports.
And I'm Chris, head of League of Legends Esports.
We're incredibly excited to welcome you to the start of the 2026 League of Legends esports season.
2025 was a historic year for us, filled with unforgettable
Okay.
storylines, big changes to the format, and incredible competition. And of course, a huge congratulations once again to T1.
They're gonna
who
be
made
hosted
history
in
by
NA,
becoming
right?
The first team ever to win 3 consecutive world championships. What an unbelievable accomplishment for them and for all the fans who followed their journey.
Now, as we turn the page to new year, we're ready to kick off another incredible season, one that builds on everything we've learned, celebrates our global community, and continues pushing LoL esports forward. Let's dive into what's ahead for 2026 and some key updates shaping the future of LoL esports.
And what better way to begin the season than with our
esports.
first global event of the year, First Stand. From March 16th to the 22nd, we'll be bringing First Stand to Sao Paulo, Brazil at the Riot Games Arena.
Ooh.
Brazil has always been home to some of the most passionate fans in the world, and we couldn't be more excited to bring this event to the heart of CBLOL country. With the LCS and CBLOL returning as independent leagues, the competition will now
That's gonna be
feature 8
very
teams
huge for Brazil,
battling
I
for
think.
early season dominance and
Gonna
regional
be so many
pride.
people.
We'll be welcoming 2 teams from the LCK, 2 from the LPL, and 1 each from the LEC, LCS.
No! LEC grouped up with the garbage regions? Oh no. I mean, they didn't really have a big showing, you know, so they kind of deserve it, but
CBLOL and LCP. Every match will be best of 5, which means more games, more silver scrapes, and more opportunities for teams to show their skill, adaptability, and their creativity
cool.
under pressure.
And that's just the beginning of what's ahead for our 2026 global events. After First Stand wraps up in Brazil, we'll head into the Mid-Season Invitational, hosted this year in Daejeon, South Korea, marking the first time
When is
we've
that?
ever brought MSI to this incredible city.
When?
We'll have more to share on the venue soon.
When is MSI? MSI is in the summer usually, right? Korea is very tiny, so going like from Seoul to Daejeon wouldn't be that long.
But we couldn't be more excited to bring one of our biggest international events to a new stage in South Korea.
July?
And as we head into the new season, in the wake of the success of Fearless, we're continuing to refine how League is played at the highest level. We've been exploring an improvement to side selection in order to give players and teams more agency in the draft.
Yeah, so after detailed discussions with regional leagues, pro teams, and our gameplay team, we've decided to decouple side selection and draft order through a new approach we're calling first selection. Here's how it works. Teams who previously had the right of side selection will now have the right of first selection. That means they can choose either which side to play on, blue or red, or whether to pick first or second in the draft.
That's a very cool idea. It's a little bit confusing when you're watching because you're so conditioned that the first pick is always the blue side, but it does make sense in tactical sense. You get to choose one or the other, and like you forfeit the other to the enemies. So it makes sense. Makes sense competitively. Just a little bit confusing to watch, but we'll get used to it, I think.
That choice is made.
Good choice,
their
good choice.
opponent can choose the other. So if Team A chooses to play on blue side, Team B gets to decide whether they're going to draft first or second.
Smart. Very smart.
If Team A chooses to draft first, then Team B gets to decide which side they'll play on. This decoupling gives pro teams more strategic flexibility to shape their approach based on their comfort, their preparation,
I like
opponent scouting, whatever, rather than having to rely on the baked-in advantage that is tied to color.
And our goal here is simple. We want to empower teams to make meaningful choices that reflect their strategies and preparation, while also helping to mitigate side imbalance through competitive decision-making rather than through hard-coded advantages. We consider this a minor but targeted update, one designed to complement Fearless draft, not redefine it. We'll continue to test, monitor, and collect feedback from players and fans as the season unfolds, ensuring that this new approach drives the right kind of competitive balance and depth that we're aiming for.
As we continue refining how competition evolves, it's just as important to honor the players who have shaped League Esports into what it is today.
NA gets to play in like 4 or 5 hours, I think.
This year, but fans can still expect its comeback ahead of Worlds 2026. We'll have more to share in the months ahead, but we can promise that our third inductee...
Never NA got discontinued. Yeah, NA ranked was so bad, they just discontinued it. Like, some guy named Viper got like rank 1, 2, and 3, and they realized it's like Kitty's pool, like just tiny region. So you only get to play Swift play in the next season, chat.
Is another true icon who has left an unforgettable mark on our esports community.
Well, that's a wrap on the latest updates from LoL Esports. We're looking forward to another incredible year of competition, and we'll have more to share soon about our upcoming global events and future updates.
So to every player, every team, every fan around the world, we wish you the best of luck in the 2026 season. Let's make it another year to remember for League of Legends Esports.
Before we go, we want to talk about some longer-term plans for League after 2026.
The
We're
client!
often asked if we're going to make League of Legends 2 someday.
No.
And the answer to that has been, and remains, no. We've always been committed to constantly improving and updating League, from new game modes and champion updates to balancing the game every other week and so on.
There are some things, though, that do make the most sense as part of a larger bundle of changes. And with that in mind, we've been working on some bigger updates to League.
We're not quite ready to show you our work in progress. It's coming along well, but it's just not ready for a first look yet. We want to tell you about some of those things that, at this point, the majority of the League team are now working on.
So for starters, we're making a brand new around game client that's fully integrated with the in-game experience, rather than being a separate application like today.
We're also revamping Summoner's
No
Rift
more
with
Bitcoin
entirely
mining.
new visuals and a bit of new gameplay.
Plus some changes to runes and how you make some pre-game choices.
I love the
We're
rune change.
overhauling the new player experience so that once we're done, it should be the best time ever to get your friends into League.
There is a bit more to this update than we've mentioned here, and we'll have more to share sometime later this year between MSI and Worlds.
Okay,
Until
so
then, we'll still of course have regular dev updates on everything else going on.
Your love and dedication to League is what drives us to make this game better. Your voices
Awesome.
and input are vital to League.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Happy about that one.